Everybody, this is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming to you from sunny and hot downtown Manila. And it's bloody hot. It's summertime here, guys. But the lucky thing is, how lucky am I? I've got a beautiful pool beneath my apartment. And after this interview, I'll be going down to the pool for an hour or so, right? I've got a wonderful gentleman today, and he's from my home country. He's not from my home country, but right now he's in my home country. He's a gentleman by the name of Eric, and I believe it's he'll pull me up and pronounce it properly. Potier, and Eric is the managing director of a company called as 𝐏𝐸𝐬𝐳 Biopharma. And you guys have no idea what that's about. I know that. I never. That's why I asked some questions. But you're going to know in a moment when he explains it all to us. He's been doing this. The industry is pharmaceutical and tech and biotechnology, which is very, very important, guys, as you know. I've been doing this forever, 25 plus years. Brief description: business accelerator for pharmaceutical and biotechnical companies willing to have a direct or indirect presence in Australia or New Zealand. So he's spreading the word down under at the moment, right? And key achievements: established 3 affiliates, several distribution agreements, several TGA approvals, and PBS listings. Personal motto or philosophy: never stop exploring. Interesting fact: a French gentleman, soon to be French Australian, born in Rabat with French and Spanish roots. I built a global life across France, Morocco, Spain, Turkey, Australia, and more, working with and across, imagine guys, 100 countries. Half of you people here haven't even been out of your own suburb, let alone your own state, right? Travel broadens the mind, guys. Eric will tell you all that. So he's done all that. And thanks to his job as a deal maker in 5 continents in life sciences, with experience leading to over 150 partnerships and negotiations in pharma and biotech, I've collaborated with CEO, founders, and leaders at every level, gaining a grounded perspective on leadership from excellence to complexity. Keep it simple, guys. It doesn't need to be complex. Keep these things simple. It's you corporate.
I went from the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, well, you corporate giants out there have a way of making things complicated. That's why I love to deal with, personally, I love to deal with small business, right?
Me too. Me
Um,
too.
Driven by grit, resilience, and purpose, I believe true impact lies beyond business in peacemaking, community engagement, and patient support. Hence, started a more fulfilling, balanced life with the creation of a charity, 𝐼𝐢𝐧𝐿𝐴 in Australia, about 6 months ago, on top of my activities as a business accelerator with, of course, 𝐏𝐸𝐬𝐳 Biopharma, for pharmacy and biotechnical companies willing to have a direct or indirect presence in Australia and New Zealand. A lifelong student of mindfulness, sport, and philosophy, I focus on both performance and inner balance, guided by values shaped through diverse cultures, mentors, and living experience. Still learning, still exploring, still building. And lucky for him, still playing tennis.
Exactly. Very important.
And tennis is great, guys. You know why tennis is so darn good, guys? It's movement. And
Mhm.
Eric will tell you, you need movement, guys, every day. Don't sit at that bloody desk all day. Need movement, right? Keep moving. My great pleasure to welcome to the stage, Eric. How are you, my friend?
Thank you. I'm great. Fantastic. Thanks for having me.
No, you're most welcome. I want to share your journey. Tell us about your journey and what inspired you all those years ago to start on this career path of yours. What happened?
What happened? Well, I guess when I started in pharmaceutical, I wanted to have an impact. I wanted to travel a lot, and I
Nice.
got the opportunity to do both because it's an industry which is very international. So
Yeah.
I started with big pharma in Sanofi, went to Turkey, and then enjoyed my time there for 2 or 3 years, learned Turkish. But at the same time, wanted to work for a smaller organization, as you mentioned, big. You're sometimes very much you're lost in the organization. So went to mid-sized pharma, and then from there, all my career went to mid-sized pharma in the Middle East, in Latin America, in Europe, in Asia, in many places, and basically traveling half of the time and visiting so many countries that I was very lucky and fortunate.
Yeah, you were indeed. But you made your own luck, though, Eric. You made your own luck. You took action.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, for sure. I took action, and I was fortunate as well, if I can say that. It's like, born in Morocco, from
Yes.
a French and Spanish background. I know I was already when I was a kid, I was sent as an unaccompanied minor, in the plane
Yes.
to meet my grandparents and so on. So I guess I had that in my blood,
Yeah.
the
Travel. You got the travel bug early.
multicultural and traveling and so on. So for
Yeah.
me, it's my comfort zone. From people it might be a bit stressful or tiring. For me, I feel the energy by moving.
Yeah. How my travel came about, guys, a quick backstory. I started making a fortune and I was giving half to a tax man. And I thought, I don't like this. I'm working so bloody hard and half. I said, how can I get over that? Aha, you can claim travel deductions. You can claim travel. So I started traveling and doing business deals overseas. I could claim the travel. I could claim my hotels. I could claim it all. So I
Yes,
blew it all. I kept traveling. I kept on blowing the tax man share. So it was pretty cool. What's
yes.
been the most challenging aspect of your work, and how have you been overcoming that?
The most challenging aspect, well, I guess at the beginning is, you learn how to read body language more
Yeah.
because you exposed to so many different culture that
Yes.
at the end of the day, the level of English is not the same. Your English, my English at the beginning was not terrible. As you can see, my English is pretty good, but the accent is still there. But I can understand most of the people, including Australian accent, which can be very strong, as you know.
Yes.
But look, yeah, reading body language, understand the culture, and look behind the appearance of things, and I would say, and then try to find a way. Try to navigate and find a way. In my position was to make a deal, which is, let's say, the most balanced possible, because if you want to
Win,
make a deal
win,
that
win,
works.
win, win, Eric. Win, win. That's the deal.
Exactly, win-win. But when you're young, you want to show off a little bit and you want to have the best deal. And
Yeah.
then if you push too much, whether you lose your partner, whether it doesn't last long. So then I've been learning that as well.
Yeah.
I think I learned quickly because from the start I was quite well balanced in terms of
Yeah.
I want both parties to win,
Yeah.
and which was basically also the mojo in all my life, whether with my
Yeah.
companies or the people I work for. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's me.
Yeah. I've done lots of deals, and I'm even happy to do deals 60-40. It doesn't have to be 50-50, as long as
Yeah,
both sides are happy, right? Because I just sometimes I just want to do the deal because I see the big picture, like they say.
yes.
Do you want, do you want a grape or half a watermelon? You know, so that's the story. So,
Mm.
what's been the most important moment in your career that changed your direction? Where was that aha moment that totally changed your direction?
Um, I would say probably two haha moments. One is when I decided to call Australia home and come here and establish myself in
Nice.
Australia,
Yeah, you're in a good home. Yeah.
2011. Yeah. And at that time, I didn't know it was like for such a long period of time. I thought it was like for 4 years. I was sent by my company. Well, I raised my hand to create an affiliate in Australia, and came here and maybe was thinking, let's see, 3, 4 years. And 15 years later, I'm still here.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy I made this move because for me, Australia offers so much. I was coming from Paris. It offers so much for me, for my daughter, for my wife at that time.
Mhm.
And it's a nice between the quality of life, the peace of mind, and also opportunities that you have in your country. I
Yes.
like the mixture of culture as well. I live, you were talking about your pool. I have my pool, 200 meters, as a rock pool in Coogee.
Yeah. Lovely.
So, I kind of live the dream. I think when I was 25, 26, I went to Mauritius for work. I
Mhm.
went to, Paris, South Africa, Mauritius, Madagascar. And then I was there, working. Well, usually Mauritius, is like pretty much Maldives. You go there for the sun, for bringing your wife or your fiance or honeymoon, whatever. And I would say, wow, what, being in such places and working at the same time
Yeah. So
should,
cool, right?
should be a dream. And I realized that just recently, like maybe if I finally 30 years later or 25 years later, I managed to make this dream because where I live here, you cannot see that much, but
Oh,
where
wow, Eric, you're making me jealous.
Yeah, well, it's basically I'm facing the ocean. I got the beaches. I got the rock pool.
Yeah,
Between June and September, you got whales watching. You got dolphins. You got
yeah,
turtle, and
yeah,
I'm in Sydney. So Coogee is a village, but I got Sydney International Airport just next door, and I
yeah,
got CBD as well next door.
yeah,
So it's quite incredible to live here, I
yeah.
would say. And so that was a big moment. And also at the same time, it was a big moment because I kind of realized it bring me not only a more balance in my life and my
Mhm.
business and so on, but also more balance in my way of thinking.
Yeah,
I'm trying to, I think I'm taking the best of
I'm
both
sure you
worlds
are with it. Yeah.
being the French culture, which is like, very demanding, perfectionist, and so on. But then
Mhm.
I'm having the Australian, which is very pragmatic, which is
Yeah,
efficient, and, we're not looking for perfection. We're looking more for action and make it happen. So
yeah.
I think I have, I'm kind of having the best of both worlds in my mind.
Yeah. Eric's in a place where I lived for like over 30 years, guys. It's called the Eastern Suburbs, and he's only like two beaches away. He's on the coastline of Australia. He's only two beaches away from the iconic Bondi Beach, which most of you know, right, from the movies around the world. Bondi Beach is famous. It's not as good as they say it is, but it's a pretty good beach, right? But, um, so it's a bit like Hollywood, look, it's all glamorous, but when you get there, it's not quite as glamorous as what they say. Tell me, in your opinion, what are the key qualities or skills that have contributed to your amazing success over the years, Eric? What do you believe
Uh,
that they are?
well, thanks for saying amazing. I say amazing life, that's for sure. Success, many people has done much better than me,
Yeah,
but everybody has his own journey, so I'm not
that's right.
complaining by saying that. I have a good success, and as I put in my LinkedIn profile, if I'm 56 in terms of biological age, I'm more 42, so I take care of my health.
Yeah,
Uh, I took it seriously, and if you take it seriously as you getting older, well, if you have a body of 15 years younger,
younger.
but
Yeah,
what you have in your mind and experience is actually your age, well, you can
yes,
make a big difference. So
yeah,
back to your question about, I think it's been connecting with people, listening. I'm a pretty good listener.
yeah. You got that in spades.
Uh,
Yeah,
yes, and yeah, as we said before, looking for balance agreement. I think the people they feel when you are genuinely willing to make a balanced deal, when you are genuinely looking at their own perspective of things
that's
and
right.
not only thinking about yourself and your own company and so on.
Yeah,
So I think that's been helping me a lot. And of course, I was always very interested in naturally, I didn't have to force myself in making new friends, meeting new people,
mm,
understanding the culture, learning languages. I speak four languages, and
lovely.
so that makes a big difference. Of course, I mean everybody knows that, but knowing is one thing, doing it is another thing.
Yeah, he's got wonderful grit and determination. He's got that in spades as well, guys. He's a very good listener, and he's got another thing that you need in business: integrity. Once you've got that integrity, guys, you can't buy it. You've either got it or you haven't. And I tell you, you need it if you're going to be successful in business. You need all those things, right? Eric, tell us, what's your secret? You always, every time I see you, you're always upbeat. How do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field? What's your secret to your motivation, my friend?
Oh, my secret to motivation.
I guess looking at that window would be a big help.
Well, that's one motivation, as you said. I think as we touched a little bit on, I'm still learning. I
Yeah,
like to explore, and life is short, and every day, you want to do something new, learning some things, taking care of your health, learning some new sport. I play tennis a lot.
yes.
Tennis has been, recorded as one of the most healthiest sport in the world. It brings you 10 more years of life because
Yeah,
you
lovely.
move, you think strategically, you
And
have the
movement.
balance, you
Yeah,
have the competition and the
yeah,
grit.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Great leveler.
yes, yes.
And if you can't play tennis, guys, people who think you're old, go and play pickleball. It's a version of,
Yeah,
and it's also a great sport. Badminton, all that,
yeah,
all those sports that make you move, guys. You know,
exactly.
they're not such high intensity, you know, compared to say, you know, you don't want to go into a bloody gym and be bloody weightlifting and powerlifting, all this crap. Get out and play tennis. Just move, right?
Mm,
Get outside and move. Right. Where do you play
exactly.
tennis, by the way, Eric? I'm curious. Where do you play? In
Well, I play here in 𝐿𝐥𝐬. You have a nice 𝐿𝐥𝐬 tennis club.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a good transition. I will talk about tennis because tennis
Yeah.
has been, you know, a passion of mine since I was 8, 10 years old. I was
Wow.
sleeping with a Bjorn racket, you
Yeah.
know, and I came back to the sport many times. But last year I came back even more
Yes.
by creating a charity which is Ace to Allergy.
Oh,
Ace
nice.
because
Yeah.
when you make an ace, when you serve,
Yeah.
allergy because I've done a lot of things in allergy in my career, and allergy is big in Australia. You know,
Nice.
Australia, the allergy
Yeah.
capital of the world. So,
Yeah.
tennis by helping this charity is helping Rally Forever. Rally Forever has been a fantastic charity created by Louise Fleming during the COVID
Uh-huh.
to support people that they were very lonely. No, loneliness is a big thing in all
Sure.
countries. It is
Yeah.
also in Australia. And we were meeting together, playing tennis freely. And so it's great for mental health, it's great for movement.
Yeah.
And she, on her own, with a great number of volunteers, create about 60 Rally Forever in the whole country.
Wow.
What we're doing, and she has some couple of dreams, you know, is we're helping her to fundraise. We're
Yeah.
helping her to open some new Rally Forever, not only in New South Wales and Victoria, but also in Northern Territory, in Queensland,
Nice.
and so on. So
Yeah.
this is to answer you about motivation,
Mm.
having a balanced life between, let's say, for-profit and non-for-profit charity
Yeah.
brings me an extra level of energy because when
Yeah.
you're working with people, and look, I have a friend who told me, I think he had a very nice formula. He said, describing what we're doing, me and with one of my mates, Sebastian, he says, when you align passion, purpose, and heart with your diary.
Yeah.
So it means like basically I have opened my diary and it's keep me busy for at least 50% of my time.
Yeah.
So traveling the whole countries and you know, opening new tennis clinic. I became a tennis coach 6 months ago. A
Oh,
very
nice.
a beginner tennis coach, if I can say. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not here,
Yeah.
but you know, it was I guess it was a dream of a teenager.
Yeah.
I made it happen just a few months ago.
Fantastic. And I was just telling you, Eric, I've just started using a tennis machine. I found I just rented another condo for one of my team members, and the building that it's in had a tennis machine. And I was so
Oh,
excited. They got this tennis machine, and you can hire it for 30 minutes or an hour. I'm starting off because I'm out of form. I'm starting off with 30 minutes, and you hire the machine, and you can do the intensity. You can do it like just softly,
okay.
medium, hard, whatever, and it's fantastic. Fantastic.
I've never tried. I should. Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
cool. It's pretty cool. So they shoot out all different, you know, and it just moves around. It's just not just, you can't just, you think you can just learn it, but it moves all over like a robot, moves all over the place. Fantastic. Um, tell us, Eric, tell us about a recent project or of your many recent project or achievement that you're particularly proud of, my friend. You pretty much covered it a bit in our last conversation, but go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think as you mentioned, the product is this one with supporting Rally Forever and creating the charity.
Yeah.
I think what I'm proud as well is in this adventure, one of my previous business partner joined me, and I
Mhm.
think we both feel. I mean, he's a bit younger than me. He's 46, but we both feel like, you know, while we enjoy our business life, it was not enough to fulfill us
Yes.
and also to give back, you know, give back in something
That's
very
it.
big in
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah.
I mean, Australia is a kind of not only is the allergy capital of the world, it is also the capital of the charities. You have so many charities, about
Yeah.
60,000.
Wow.
Every weekend, you have people involved in doing running, swimming, or
Yeah.
whatever. You have also some races in the center of Australia. So,
Yeah. All
and
that.
I think this spirit has entered my mind as well, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the proudest thing I am basically proud of. Sorry for the English,
Yeah.
and I'm very proud of that. And we are starting to have an impact, and we hope to have more Rally Forever across the country and more support.
Yeah. One of Australia's sayings, guys, is have a go.
Exactly.
Have a go. That's what you do. Come over to Australia and have a go. Don't sit on your ass. Have a go. Tell me, a 20-year-old comes to you, Eric. There might be a son, a daughter, excuse me, a niece, a nephew, and they say, I've just left college or uni. What should I do with myself? What would you say?
Well, I would say the answer first is inside, is in yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's like because what I'm interested now at this period of my life is to work on my dream or my friend dreams or
Yeah.
my business partner dream. So come
Nice.
back to your dream,
Yeah.
and because I mean, if you're waking up every day and you work on your dream,
That's right.
then you're not working, you're just living the dream,
Yeah.
and that's what is written on your cap, you
Yeah,
know. So
absolutely. I got the shirt too, Eric. I got the shirt as well. Living the dream. I got
exactly. So
I got the
living the
shirt of
dream
me
is
laying in
like
a hammock.
I will ask the guy, what are your dreams,
Yeah.
and then work on it in a realistic way. Of course, you can be a singer, it can be whatever. But
Yes.
then I would tell him, once you identify your dream, um, I would say something that I listened to recently is then, sorry for the English, don't half-ass it, which
Yeah.
is go for it like 200%,
Yeah, that's
whatever,
right.
you
Yeah.
know.
We go with
So
passion. With passion.
yeah, you go with the passion and you go for it. I mean, it might be you want to be an artist, you want to be
Yeah,
whatever. Go for it because on the way, what is important, as you know, Jeff, is not the destination, is the journey.
that's
And this
right.
your journey is about trying to
It's
catch your dream.
it's
You will
always a
catch
it's always a
something
journey,
in a way.
and it's not a straight line either. It's always twisting
Oh
and
yes,
turning, guys. Right?
yes.
A quick backstory. Many years ago, I was married to a beautiful Malaysian girl, and we're still the best of friends. And I had a daughter, and she said to my daughter, "Oh, you're always, Jessica, stop it. You're always dreaming. You're a bloody dreamer." Right? And she's trying to harass my daughter about dreaming, right? And what I did pissed her right off. I went out and I bought, that's huge. I bought this big bloody poster and I put it
Mhm.
on my daughter's bedroom wall. It was about the life was built by dreamers, Einstein, Steve Jobs, etc., etc., etc. So be a dreamer. And my bloody wife hated it. But I wanted my daughter to be a dreamer because the world's,
Yes,
that's what happens, guys. It's the dreamers that make stuff happen, right?
yes,
And
yes.
if your dreams don't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough, right? That's what I say, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And there is no let's say, good or bad time. You
No,
can start to work on a dream at 20, but you can start to work on a dream at 50 or 60. It's never too late.
77, still working on my dreams,
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
I had a nightmare when COVID came along. I lost $20 million. That was a nightmare. But I
Mm.
now turned it back into a dream. Not about the money, it's not about the money. It's about the freedom and the memories that money can buy. But money's a tool. It buys you freedom and it buys you memories. Never forget that, guys. Don't get hung up on just money, right? That's for
Yeah.
sure.
I would say freedom, quality of life, and peace of mind.
Absolutely.
And in order to have that, you need to have a good health, obviously.
Yeah, help as
So
well. Yeah,
yeah.
totally.
So when you have freedom, peace of mind, quality of life with a good health,
You got
you're in
everything.
paradise.
Yeah. That's all right. I'm there. I'm there with you, my
Yeah,
friend.
here we go.
I haven't got your views. I'm about to get them. I'm off to Hong Kong next week, so back to the views again. Um,
Okay.
tell our listeners what's the best way to reach out and find out more about you and your wonderful services, Eric.
Yeah, well, you can find out on
On
accelerabiopharma.com.au.
the screen, yeah.
You can look at Eric Potier on LinkedIn, and you will recognize me because I have a tennis ball in between Eric and Potier and the
Yeah.
French and Australian flag. So you cannot miss me at all. And
Nice.
for the charity, it's age2allergy.com.au
Mhm.
or Rally Forever as
Right.
well. So the
Yeah,
two charities.
LinkedIn's the best way, guys. And like as you can see
Yes.
by this interview, this is like talking to a friend. 15 minutes of fame. It's all about you. We interview you, we make the thing into a mini movie, and that mini movie is evergreen. We put it across Quora, Reddit, LinkedIn, Facebook groups, YouTube, and our stool platform with all your social media links and put you in front of hundreds of potential clients. So, guys, come on and get your 15 minutes of fame and help spread the word, right? We're about to wrap it up. Before we wrap it up, Eric, you've got to tell us a fun fact about yourself. Not that you're a French tennis player, What's another fun fact about yourself that most people do not know?
A fun fact about myself.
Yeah, when you were a young man,
Uh,
what happened to you? Not,
Well, fun fact is like, yes, I have one. I try to, I'm a learner in telling funny stories. And lastly, I was at a gala dinner, and I was trying to tell a funny story. It went completely, I completely missed the point. And
yeah,
I was just laughing about myself because, you know, it's okay. But I
yeah,
was, because the guys, they didn't understand it and say like, okay, I need to work on my funny stories because I got it, but the way I'm telling it, I
yes,
remember my grandparent was excellent at that,
yeah.
but I was not shy to go
Have a
to go
go.
for it,
Have
have
a
a
go.
go.
Yeah, as they say in
So
Australia. Yeah,
so I'm not yet a good storyteller on funny story,
yeah.
but that made me funny that night.
It's funny about that. Some people can never tell a story, yet someone else can pick it up and make the room roar. It's
Exactly. Well,
something got to work.
I'm on the first part for the moment.
Yeah, that's the one. Keep going, Eric.
Yes.
You've been an awesome guest, my friend. Any last words for our audience?
Well, it's been a pleasure to meet you, and I was not expecting to chat with someone from Australia. So here we go. Australia is following me all the way.
That's the one. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Have it. All right. Keep enjoying life, Eric. See you,
Thank
my friend.
you. I am. You too.